Welcome, fellow TV enthusiasts, to a deep dive into the beloved world of Seinfeld, where we'll uncover some of its most amusing goofs and inconsistencies. Despite its iconic status, even a show as meticulously crafted as Seinfeld wasn't immune to a few slip-ups, from continuity errors to outright plot holes. Let's start with continuity errors, those little details that change from one scene to the next, often unnoticed by most viewers. One classic example is Jerry's apartment number, which famously shifts from the 4th floor to 3A, before finally settling on 5A from season 3 onwards. Then there are the phantom siblings. Jerry mentions a sister in the Chinese restaurant, and George references a brother in the parking space and the suicide. These family members are never seen or mentioned again, leading us to believe they were simply retconned out of existence. In The Boyfriend, a newspaper next to George on the floor mysteriously switches sides between shots, a subtle but noticeable continuity hiccup. And who could forget the Rye incident? George reels the bread up, but how Susan got into the apartment with the front door blocked remains an unsolved mystery. Kramer's shower habits also present a continuity puzzle. He claims to take baths in The Wife, yet later episodes clearly show him showering. George's briefcase in The Soulmate also plays hide and seek, alternating between open and closed positions within the same scene. Even a simple cookie couldn't escape the continuity police. In The Dinner Party, the size of Jerry's bite changes between shots. The pen in The Pen also has a mind of its own, moving between Morty's hand and the table without explanation. And the calzone bag George holds in The Calzone magically appears on a box, which then vanishes entirely. Even a bathroom door couldn't stay consistent, changing from open to closed repeatedly during Jerry's massage scene. Moving on to factual errors, these are moments where the show deviates from real-world logic or information. George's candy bar purchase is a prime example. He asks Jerry for a nickel, then pays for a 50-cent candy bar with only 3 coins. And in one episode, an NYC cab is seen sporting a California license plate, a clear geographical mix-up. Now let's delve into plot holes, those narrative gaps or inconsistencies that challenge the show's internal logic. Elaine's flashback in the hot tub shows Jean-Paul saying, "I trust Elaine. She is my friend," even though he said this to Jerry when Elaine wasn't present. The episode The Stranded creates a plot hole by being placed in season 3 on Netflix, despite George being unemployed in surrounding season 2 episodes. And in season 6, Kramer states that bite marks can be matched with a pencil, but it's never explained how he acquired this specific knowledge. Character errors reveal inconsistencies in our beloved characters' established traits or backstories. Jerry claims he hasn't vomited since 1980, yet Elaine says she saw him vomit, despite only moving to New York in 1986. Kramer's coma knowledge also fluctuates. In The Suicide, he gives a 72-hour window for recovery, but later in The Comeback, he denies knowing people could recover. Jerry's respect for wood is another inconsistency. He's upset about Kramer not using a coaster, but then places a cup on George's parents' coffee table without one. Finally, it's never explored how George remained unaware of Susan's family wealth until her untimely death. Lastly, we have revealing mistakes, those moments that pull back the curtain and expose the show's production. When Jerry closes his apartment door, the wall visibly shakes, reminding us that it's all just a set. And in a scene with Jerry and Marla, someone walks past the window, despite Jerry living on the 5th floor, a clear crew or background extra error. Even Kramer's death scene, where a woman thinks he's dead while he's just asleep, is unbelievable because chest expansion would be noticeable. Despite these fun little goofs, Seinfeld's enduring popularity and comedic genius remain undeniable. It's these imperfections that often add to the charm of such a classic show, making it even more relatable and endlessly rewatchable. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Seinfeld's delightful mistakes.